Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jenny, would you please read the minutes from the last meeting?
Board of Trustees of Harlan Township met in regular session this 19th day of February 2025 at regular meeting place of 8276 State Route 132. Trustees Edward Brzezinski, Kevin Karn, and Martin Shelton present. Meeting called to order by Mr. Karn at 7 p.m. Mr. Karn asked all present to stand and say a pledge of allegiance. Minutes read from regular session February 5th, 2025. Mr. Karn made a motion to approve minutes as read, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Chief Pregham reported receiving a letter of resignation from Brandon Beamer effective February 7, 2025. Mr. Karn made a motion to accept resignation from Brandon Beamer effective February 7, 2025, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Chief Pregham discussed firehouse ventilation repairs at Station 81. Justin Perry requesting check for parts only in the amount of $4,622 before starting project. Mr. Shelton made a motion to pay $4,622 for parts only for repairs to ventilation at Station 81, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Chief Pregham reported all required paperwork has been submitted for fire levy. Chief Pregham reported rescue tools were delivered on Thursday, February 27, 2025, with manufacturer representative on site to conduct training. Chief Pregham reported power lift cods had their annual inspection and maintenance. Chief Pregham reported volunteer on fire department was involved in a deer strike accident, damaging his personal vehicle or their personal vehicle. Report and pictures have been sent to the township insurance company. Chief Pregham purchased 2 totes to carry contaminated gear and equipment in staff vehicles as part of the cancer prevention efforts. Chief Pregham reported parts are on order for tornado warning sirens and fire alarm tested at Butlerville. Mr. Mason discussed changes in resolution for road resurfacing from February 5th, 2025 meeting. After discussion, Mr. Shelton made a motion to rescind resolution 020525-2 for road resurfacing, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Mr. Mason discussed changes in new resolution for the road resurfacing. Resolution 021925-1, Mr. Shelton moved to adopt resolution authorizing participation with Warren County Engineer's Office for 2025 resurfacing project for approximately $46,000, seconded by Mr. Kern. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Mr. Mason signed and returned contract for J&A Construction for crack seal and renewed contract with iPanda Designs to maintain township website. Mr. Mason discussed the Ohio Township Association partnering with Amazon Business Prime to offer OTA members free Business Prime. This will offer 2-day shipping and discount and ability to pay by invoice instead of the township credit card. We had no old business. New business, Mr. Brzezinski reported will have field inspection completed at Station 81 as part of the remodel. We had no community comments. Mr. Kern made a motion to go into executive session to discuss hiring and or compensation of public employee in accordance to Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Mr. Kern made a motion to adjourn executive session, seconded by Mr. Shelton, with no action at this time. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Ms. Williams gave written financial report to trustees. Mr. Shelton made a motion to pay bills, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. We had no correspondence. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Meeting adjourned at 7:59.
Do either of you have any corrections?
I have none.
I have a motion to accept the minutes as read.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as read. Second.
Have your turn.
And we're just blank pages.
Yeah, we good.
You're going to read those.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I'll do what I was saying.
Steve, are you ready for Mr.
Ready.
Beagram's report?
Yes. Sorry about the coffee. Yeah, so February, 16 fire calls, 37 EMS call outs. Unfortunately, 62% of those 37 had to be handled by mutual aid medic or squad due to us being out of service for staffing. The tornado sirens have been repaired and should be functioning. If they're not, let us know. The rescue tools were delivered. We did training on them a couple weeks ago. They were placed on the truck, I believe, yesterday. And these were paid for with grants and donations split. On your tables and on our website and things, you'll see we are hosting a health and safety fair. That is going to be April 5th from 9 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Focuses on senior citizens, but resources there for all age groups. Senior services, 911, EMA, adult protective services, as well as some others will be there as well. Do that morning time. With the new Chief's vehicle being ordered, Chief Pegram got 3 quotes on upfit for the lights for the new truck. He has decided to go with Tri-State Public Safety. That is the same company who upfit the current vehicle that I drive. So he is asking for a motion to approve $14,695 for the upfit of the new pickup truck from Tri-State Public Safety.
I'll make the motion to approve, getting the truck down, was it 14?
$14,695.
Second.
That's all that he had for that. Let's go on the maintenance administration side. I've removed Philip Henson already from our drug test list. We seem to be on a roll of getting our drivers pulled for that. I'm going to recommend to the board that we take him off intermittent status. If you remember, he was on seasonal, and we placed him on intermittent just in case we needed an extra person for plowing snow. We did not use him over the winter, and at this point, do not plan to use any seasonal personnel for this summertime, having the 3rd full-time person this year.
You need a motion or just,
But we need Jenny.
Going to do a motion
I'll do the motion to remove Phil Henson from the intermittent status.
to inactive is what I'm gonna put him as.
Second.
All right. I'm having Unique Auto down in Goshen. They're going to be doing an undercoating on Car 3, which is a red truck, the Chevrolet dump truck for the township next week. We had both these vehicles done with an oil-based product about 3 years ago. After this winter, both of them are starting to show fairly significant amounts of rust on the frame already. So they're doing both of those. It's about $425 for each of those. So I already have that scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I did get the carpet tiles delivered that are going to go next door in the records retention room. We thought for a little bit about doing snap together laminate or something, but with moving the metal cabinets around all the time, those are just going to get destroyed fairly quickly. So, and costs for nicer ones were more than what we wanted to spend for that. So, ended up going the route of carpet tiles. Those came in today. There's one they're going to take a look at it. Ended up being about 96 cents a square foot. So it's about the cheapest thing I could find. Hopefully will serve the purpose. It doesn't need to be fancy, just something a little bit newer than the green stuff that's over there now.
It's 30 years old.
Let's say with light.
Now, these are replaceable.
That's what they tell me.
It's like this, kind of like this.
It's-
we have in here.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah. So, peel and stick. So
They're on stick.
find out.
All right.
Ask me in a year. I'm going to skip down one here. So I will be attending FDIC, which is the Fire Department Instructors Conference in Indianapolis this year. We're actually taking one of the trainings that we started here, Jason Whitty and myself, and it has been chosen to be featured at FDIC. So I already have rooms secured at the government rate. Just asked if the trustees would consider paying for my rooms while I was up there. It's Monday night through Thursday night. in Indianapolis.
You just need reimbursement.
Yes.
You could just use credit card if they approve, if the expenses, that way you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
If the trustees approve the expense.
I can make a motion to approve the expenses for Steve to take FDIC
FDIC.
Is
training.
did you say Jason is going
He's
also?
being paid for by
Okay.
Westchester.
Okay.
They have way more money than us, so they
Oh,
can pay
yeah.
for him.
You guys don't need tickets, right?
Yeah, as part of this, since we are participating, we did get free tickets for this, so we were not paying to go. If you go and take all 5 days of classes, it's like $1,250 now for the conference pass, as well as but there's different levels. But anyway, with working with the GYMS organization, there is no cost for me to attend for that week, so that's a savings there.
And I'm just going to clarify. I'm going to say pay expenses with hotel and I think food.
Did you say?
Yes, it's been seconded.
Okay, thank you.
I'm asking for clarification on that though. Everybody's ignoring me.
Yes.
Thank you.
I had Kevin say.
I heard Kevin second, but I just want to clarify on the
The
extent.
the last thing I have for discussion, I mentioned this, I think, at the last meeting, kind of lost track, about a wheeled excavator as a replacement for a couple pieces of equipment. Kevin and the road crew and myself went down and looked at one last week, I think it was.
Tuesday, yep.
And then we've got a 40-hour demo of that machine. It got delivered yesterday. They put a culvert in with it today. We were kind of testing it out. So just want some discussion. Kevin, I'll let you take the lead from there since you
Looked at it.
looked at it and ran it.
Ran it today. Seems like it would be a good investment. We could get rid of 2 pieces of machinery. Less mouths to feed on maintenance. Won't be putting money into the boom mower, which we need to get rid of before it breaks again.
Yes, we've gotten some ballpark prices on a boom mower. Our current boom, so the boom mower and tractor, the mini excavator and the backhoe were all purchased within a 3-year period. So they're all kind of, at some point, they're going to kind of come up all at once for replacement. The goal of this machine would be to replace the boom mower primarily. And it's the price we have on, which I gave you a copy of the most recent quote. That includes a mulching head, 58-inch mulching head, low flow attachment for it, and it also take the place of the backhoe. But we had talked in the last year about an excavator or something to try to have a dual purpose unit. Obviously, with inflation killing everything equipment wise, with all this equipment kind of aging out together, it was going to be very expensive to try to be looking at a mini excavator, a boom mower, a backhoe, all these things within another 5-year window probably.
Okay, so you looked at all that. What is the price of a tractor and backhoe?
Well, the boom mower we know is about 200. I'm going to ballpark that a mini is going to be 80 to 100.
Mini?
Does that sound safe, Zach? You like that number? Somewhere in there, just based on what I've seen for that size, it's a pretty small one. And then a backhoe, I'm going to throw in that same rough for a 580, whatever number they're on now. Somewhere in that same ballpark, another 100-ish for a backhoe. So we'd be close to 400,000 for all those machines. Now, obviously, we wouldn't buy those all in 1 year, but just with the cycle we're in, you're probably in a 5-year window to do something there. If we were to keep using the mini on road projects, it's getting it's really not heavy enough to do some stuff that we're doing with it. So we're kind of putting most of the hours on it is really occurring on the roads with ditching. So the goal of this would be to not use it as much or very little on the road projects, save it, not have to replace it for a while. If all it does is work in the cemeteries, that's not many hours a year, and it's pretty easy work for it. So we can extend the life of the mini. Really, the backhoe is doing a lot of the heavy digging for the road work, as well as loading salt in the winter. And my thought process there is that we would put a loader on the tractor. We have a 5000 series Deere that we bush hog with, 5100, I believe, and that we would put a loader on this one
and any future tractor we would get to mow with, and we would use the loader and that tractor to load salt. With that tractor, right now it only mows grass. That's all it does. It mows ditches. It's not being used in the winter right now, so we'd give it a job that we could use in the wintertime. These guys have found some pretty good products for corrosion resistance. It's one thing that hurt the backhoe was that it got a lot of rust, and we put the new panels on it a couple of years ago and things, so it had a lot of corrosion. I think these guys did a lot of research and found stuff that'll help avoid some of that corrosion, so I don't think we'll have as many issues with the tractor or whatnot getting rusty and things.
What do you think we could get out of the tractor and boom mower?
That's a loaded question. So there's lots of variation. There's lots of different conditions. Looking on gov deals, my gut feeling is 30 to 50, big range, 30 to 50
For all of it?
for the boom mower and the tractor. Yeah,
What about tractor?
just boom mower tractor. Again, backhoes are, they're the same way. They vary a ton because some of them have been better maintained.
Right.
Some of them have low hours, but look like they've been outside their entire life. So I think we could be, in that 20 to 30. Zach, do you have any of your equipment guy? Is that close, you think? I'm guessing close.
We got 22 out of the last one that was a 5.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking 20 to 30 on the backhoe. The tractor is a 6430. So 30 series Deere. So again, that's around it is a 9. So the boom mower might actually hurt that tractor in value some. So we probably would want to take that off, possibly. Maybe we follow tractors. Tractors have gotten ridiculous with inflation.
They're great to go around a field with.
So yeah, I mean it's
This thing here go 20 mile an hour down the road.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They can
Yeah,
get
travels
to
pretty
and
quick.
from fairly quick.
I was up there, it got delivered after I left yesterday. I didn't see it.
So just looking for some discussion if do we keep pursuing and then look to make a decision next month. I like everybody to come look at it. It's not something the sales guy says nobody around us is using it for this purpose. They don't have a lot of them out in the field. So it's kind of, we can't really go compare. One thing we can't do, which I would love to be able to do, is that we can't get a demo mulching head for it. That was one of the concerns I had was, is it going to have enough hydraulic flow to travel as well as run the mulching head? Now, we're not really running that head down in the ground. We're going to be getting a lot of restriction. The boom flow for this is like 26.4 gallons a minute, which is on the lower end of what those mulchers typically need. So, but we don't, anything we get, they don't have one of those that we can demo. And with the way it connects, you have to get an adapter plate because they run their own proprietary coupler system, of course. So it's actually backwards from standard excavators. So instead of having hooks that expand the hook into fixed pins, it has fixed pins that expand into a bucket that has hooks. So it's kind of backwards of what a standard excavator would have.
They don't have a lot of them out in the field, you said, but they do have some. Is there anything that would be within a few hundred miles we could talk to somebody and go?
He said he thought there was one in Northern Ohio, but he wasn't sure where that was. He didn't sell that one. As far as south of 70, not to his knowledge.
Okay.
Like Cleveland one.
And it was somewhere. It was pretty far up north. So, stop up and see it. Run it. One thing we found, it doesn't. So again, it depends what you're used to, I guess. Eric compares it was comparative to a backhoe capacity as far as digging. It will kind of scoot the machine. So if you get the boom in, it'll kind of scoot it. It's not as aggressive. It doesn't run quite as quick. The cycle time isn't quite as high as an excavator. So if you're used to running an excavator where the boom runs quicker, you can adjust your settings. This one runs a little bit slower. You can't really take the boom and like slam it on something to break it. It doesn't move that fast. It's just a little bit slower. You can make the bucket shake, but it's not as aggressive. You can really shake an excavator bucket hard. This one you can't do that. It won't move back and forth quick enough to really. But as far as digging capacity, it seemed to be adequate. They dug the culvert today. It probably doesn't have quite the capacity like the 306 cat as far as digging. But we're not necessarily worried about production. We're not looking that, we have to be able to dig 1,000 feet a day. So I don't know if that capacity is really a concern for us with the way we're going to be using it.
Have you used it yet, Jeff?
Yeah, man.
What was your opinion so far?
It wasn't bad. There's a lot of things we're gonna get used to and learn a little bit more. Just how it operates.
Yeah, there's lots of computer controls, which is worrisome, but it does a lot of things. So when you have, it has 4-wheel steer, 2-wheel steer. You can flip a button and make the front the back, and the back the front. That makes sense. So it'll drive forward. Either way you drive forward, you can make forward either direction based on what you're doing with it.
Biggest concern if that computer goes down, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah, it is nice. It does have single point for greasing pretty much for the boom. The boom, there's got 2 grease zerks, and the boom, it greases the entire boom. So you don't have to crawl around it and whatnot. So it's laid out nice. It'd be nice if we could talk to somebody who ran one for the last 5 years and had a lot of feedback for us, but that's not really an option. We can't find somebody that's been running one close. So, but stop up and look at it. We have 40 hours, so probably, I'm guessing a week or so, we'll have it there and stop up and run it, look at it and check it out. Okay. And that's all I've got for that.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Old business, Ed?
Yeah, Tuesday, March 4th, I went to the Warren County Combined Health District Advisory Council. It's more or less a meeting for that kind of governs the health department overall. So you go over their budget. It's kind of a budgetary group. That's all I really have for old. Everything else here is kind of new.
I missed it. Has the ventilation system been fixed? Station 81.
I'm not sure, nothing more, Jeff. Have you
No.
not been there yet?
No, I haven't heard nothing.
He ordered
I heard.
Yeah, you ordered parts, but that was meetings ago.
Ingram, we had to
check to him, and I got a check to him because he got a check the week we didn't have a meeting.
Okay. But he hasn't started work yet.
I haven't heard back from him.
Okay.
Ingram had the last contact with him that I didn't have anything with him with the check, get money and what have you. He talked to him, so I haven't heard anything else.
That's all I have.
Jenny, do you have old business?
I do. The email I sent about the 2025 appropriations. Those need to be passed tonight. I didn't hear any feedback, so I'm going to say that what I submitted as far as a temporary was sufficient. I did change and add an appropriation in the general fund. Everything stays the same. I took out $3,400 out of miscellaneous and I put it to a UAN so we can track how much we pay UAN. And then the information that Chief Pegram submitted to us, I redid the fire on that. I did leave some of what I had a little bit higher than what he said. He was saying a lot lower on utilities and I didn't agree with that, so I kind of cushioned it a little bit different. But I need a resolution to pass tonight to submit the 2025 permanent appropriation.
I'll make a motion, we pass resolution 031925-1, approving the appropriation.
Second.
And I'm gonna do a roll call. Mr. Brzezinski.
Yes.
Mr. Kearns.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
That's all I have for old. Thank you.
New business, Ed?
Yes, we have preliminary drawings for our firehouse remodel. We have a demolition plan and a renovation plan. We had to go back in and remeasure because a lot of our preliminary drawings that we started with weren't sufficient to work with. They wouldn't fit in the space that we had originally. So did a field measure, went over the original plans for the building, and we have a new renovation and a demolition plan that we need to kind of go over and make sure that this is going to be workable before we have the finals drawn. The proposal for architectural work, I gave you copies of those. I don't know that we need to have this approved yet. I'd like to see some final drawings before I would approve them, because it also is subjected to, we got an estimate, but it's subjected to hours worked as well. And we have a preliminary cost, but I don't know that I want to approve anything yet until we have a final cost. That's all I have on new business.
Have you seen these, Jim?
Yes.
Everything looks like it lines up all right with what is currently there with electric and water.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it that close.
Okay.
We're gonna have to have an additional mechanical plan submitted as well for plumbing. I think anything comes with the building part of it is electric. So we're gonna have plumbing and HVAC submitted to the county before they would approve those as well. So my recommendation is once we get these finalized, get that in the works, and then behind it, submit the mechanicals, which is very common.
Who is it designed this?
Rod Sabo Design out of Ward's Corner Road, and the actual architect on that used to live right over here on Whitaker Road, and he's probably drawn 50 plans for me. His name is Randy Likert.
Oh yeah.
He lived over there for a long time.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived right.
Yeah, that's Randy.
He doesn't live over there anymore?
No, he lives in Norwood now.
Yeah, he used to live right there at the end of Steve's field.
He had like a little island in his pond.
Randy Blackwood.
Randall Likert.
Didn't realize that.
Jordan, that was graduated with me and Chris.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, the kids, one of them, I didn't know if it was Chris or.
Yeah, we had a Georgia on there. Thank you.
You know, like I said, he had drawn many plans for me. Many plans.
Was that who we met with?
That was Rod.
Okay.
That's his boss. I don't have anything other than that as far as new business.
So we don't need to move on anything
I
as far as.
don't think we should. No. I want to see a final before we.
Okay.
A lot could happen between here and there.
You have any idea when that will be?
I haven't nailed him down, pinned him down on an exact time frame. He does have, this is pretty much, like I said, the next set he will do would be what he would submit to the. So I'd like to have, hopefully by our next meeting, I'd like to see a final set of drawings so we can submit. But I've wanted to do that since fall, so here we are, March.
New business?
No, we'll discuss the cemetery drive with Richard, but he's not here this evening. I think he's gonna be at the next meeting, right? We tell him. Okay.
Community comments?
Please.
I'm sorry. Yeah, do you have any new? I know you have new business. I'm sorry. Judy,
all right.
new business.
Yes,
Okay.
I sent an email about our health insurance renewal. It's gonna be up, they said 13.28%. I do have a copy if you guys just wanna kind of review, but I only brought one copy of what we're paying currently. Currently, it's almost $9,700 a month for the health insurance for the employees. And then they said it's gonna go up 13.28. He said if you want us, if we want him to shop around, we can ask him to. If not, if we wanna keep the same plan, then we just have to go up.
What is it? Everything's going up.
Everything's going up. He said that that's about the average.
So it doesn't do any good to shop around then?
Well, he said, well, we could shop around and get a different plan, but if we want to keep the same plan, it's going to be 13% more,
And then you've got benefits and
possibly, yes.
restrictions, and that's the only way you
Yes.
save any money, and then they just jack it back up the next year.
So it's something that if we want him to shop around, I need to tell him that. If not, the renewal is in May, so we can actually approve doing this. I can get a hard figure from him, I'm sure, at the next meeting. Well, I shouldn't say that. I could probably ask him for a quote for the next meeting to keep the same plan. But I was bringing it up tonight to see if you want him to shop around or keep the current coverage.
If he shops around, we could end up with
Yes.
not as good insurance.
Well, I mean, we can shop around but still compare it to what we have,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
if we wanna do that.
Jeff, how's the, you're on the insurance, right? Is it been all right? Any issues with it?
I've had better,
We've all had better.
you know, we've had better, but it's decent.
Days of good medicals.
Long.
It's,
So basically, my question tonight is, do you want him to shop around and come back with some different prices? Or do you believe you just want to keep the same policy that we have now?
When do we have to have the decision made?
The renewal is in May, but if we want him to shop around, we need to tell
Tell them to
him.
shop around. I mean, you never know, there might be
Yep.
something out there. I just don't want to cut benefits. I mean, they've already been cut
Really, it's not really
multiple
us.
times.
We're not, I haven't used it, you don't use it, I mean, it's really hard for us to judge on it, because
Right.
we really. Do you use it, Jenny?
Very minimal. I mean, it's knock on wood, we'll jinx ourselves. But yeah, so I will ask him to go ahead and look for some other possible policies that will be comparable. And then I will bring them back to the next meeting.
How many employees do you think that is? Did he give you a number on that?
Well, we have 4 on this policy.
9,700 per month?
The other thing I have is I would like to relook at electronic signatures after what happened at the last meeting with getting checks out later than what we prefer to. I'd like to entertain doing electronic signatures again. We do it on the purchase orders, but we do not do it on checks. And if you are willing to do something like that, then I can get a plan together to say, this is what we'll do. Electronic signature would go on the check. When I print the checks, I'd still bring them to the meetings. You'd still look at them. But if we run into an issue like we did at the last meeting where we had to cancel the meeting at the last minute, I still have checks ready to mail out for payables and payroll.
So that's the oversight as far as you bring them and we look at them.
You would still look at them. I mean, I'm not gonna,
I'm all right with
That
that.
sounds fine to me.
All the county and I know other places do it. I never really knew how the oversight worked on it.
We had a-
it was years ago when we first went on UAN that I discussed it and kind of gave a plan, but it was told to me no. So I will get a plan together for electronic signatures. It probably won't happen. Hopefully I can have it happen next month, but not for the next
Do
meeting.
you need a motion for that?
Yes.
Did you make the motion yet?
I did not. I'll make a motion that Jenny pursues electronic signatures.
Second.
That's all I have.
All right.
Now you can go to community comments. Thank you.
Sorry. Community comments.
I have a couple, and it was actually for Steve Pegram, but I don't know if you would know. Are we getting anywhere with fire drills? With the weather getting nice, my girls are ready to
That's a question for Steve.
start practicing them again. Okay.
I'm no worries with it.
Yeah, because they wanted to pull it yesterday. I said, no, because I don't know what the new route is for all of that or where we're even at with figuring it out. So I'll follow up with Steve.
So,
I also gave the
Steve,
fly.
gives you a protocol and how your route is?
So how we usually do it is we have a place we have to call and tell them that we are wanting our system put on test for the next hour. And then we alert the fire chief to let him know that we're on test for the next hour. That way when we pull the fire alarm, they don't show up. Cause it's just us practicing our fire drills. Well, I guess somehow in the mix with everything Dusty going out, the company sold once, twice, 3 times, I think. So nobody knows who we have to contact to put our system on
Yeah,
test.
I think he has that figured out. I just don't know what it was.
Okay,
I think he did finally get to the end of the, because it became a circle.
yes, he said he was, yes,
Yes, it was kind of that meme where everyone see each other. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it was. He does it, and everybody else thought somebody else did it.
correct.
I think he did find the answer to that.
Okay, I'll just follow up with him then. I also gave the flyer for the tractor show. That is not the finalized one. I just need everybody to look at it and see or pass it on to whoever at the farm club. They want things added, taken away, changed, whatever. And then once I get approval from them, then I can get copies sent out and all that fun stuff.
It's nice. You designed this?
I did.
He has the township logo on.
Influence from JR.
No, it was not.
Maryland's influence.
It was not.
So you need the farm club to take a look at this?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's on board with what's going out.
Do you have a digital copy? You can
I can, but I don't know. Send it to you.
just send it to me.
Okay.
I'll just send it to the board.
Okay.
Like it right now?
Did you ever say what the architect's fee was?
It's not been finalized yet. It's roughly between 13 and 15,000.
Okay, so he has to finalize drawings and then he gives you a price?
Correct. It's hours, and he gives you an estimate, and then it's hours as well.
Thanks.
Any other community comments? No. Jenny, do you have any correspondence?
That's really awesome. Surprisingly.
Department of Commerce. Hey, that's liquor department. This is,
That just came like yesterday, so I didn't have time.
I haven't heard anything about this. I gotta hear from him. Resolution and chief legal officer statement must be emailed. I don't know that this applies to us.
Was it in the township?
We do have.
Says all of them expire June 1st.
What I'm saying is I think we have one, maybe.
Was it the Sunday sales?
Yeah, cause
So
the
this-
one
this is-
that
it says
Pleasant Plain
D1.
goes to the village of Pleasant Plain.
It's D1, right? D6 is a probably. D1 is beer sales. D2 is beer sales till 2. D3 is on-site consumption. D4 is on-site consumption, spirit, wine, liquor, pretty much everything. And then D5 is all inclusive, and then D6 is Sunday sale.
What is this?
It just says D1. It's saying that D1's liquor permit is, which is probably plain folk, is my guess, is
Well,
gonna
that's the
expire
case,
June
that's
1st.
Pleasant
That would
Plain.
be
Yeah, that was
Pleasant
not
Plain.
even us.
Really?
This
The
might,
village gets that.
is the only thing I can think would be, red zone.
They're a
This is
township.
a dollar
They're
store.
not the
so-
municipality of,
They're
Lancaster. They're not
That's,
Lancaster.
That's Harlan.
it's Harlan and Ferguson.
Pleasant Plain is too.
That's
It's
in the
village.
village of Pleasant Plain.
Right.
That's not in the township of both
Harlan
Lancaster.
Township.
No, that, so it must be red zone.
Just right past the Lancaster Maintenance Corporation.
Is that where it starts? Really? Well, I know townships are responsible of all the THCs and the, I know all the, there was a lot of classes in Columbus that pertain to
No, it says all.
THC.
I wonder if they could change something.
And townships govern all that, no matter where, and even in the city, the township is responsible for that, so. We don't have any of that going on. We don't have any dispensaries, but if we did, we have to govern that.
This will be your only opportunity to object to the renewal of a liquor permit.
So it's somebody that has one.
Yeah.
It doesn't show who's carrying it though.
Probably just a standard letter that goes
Yeah.
out to,
Everybody.
but it came in the mail, so I'm bringing it in.
Good job, Jenny.
Thanks, Kenny.
You're welcome.
I have a motion to pay the bills.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second,
I have a motion to adjourn.
make a motion, adjourn.
Second.